Good day, everyone. So, in this video presentation, we will be going to talk about Fauvism. Fauvism, exploring bold colors and expression. So, what is Fauvism? Fauvism is an art movement established towards the beginning of the 20th century. It is a style painting that flourished in France around the turn of 20th century in about 1905. Fauvism uses bright, wild, and vividly intense colors to help convey a mood. Lines are also simplified as much as possible, as well as very much unnatural lines. Fauvism is a French for wild beast. It is a movement of modern artists where they replace color over the representational or realistic value of the Impressionists. Some notable Fauve artists are Henri Matisse and André de Derain. They are also considered as the principal founders of Fauvism.
So there are several characteristics of Fauvism, which is first, bold and vibrant colors. Fauvist artists use bright, intense colors straight from the tube, often applied in thick, bold strokes. These colors were chosen not for their accuracy in representing reality, but for their emotional impact. Second, simplified forms. Objects and figures in Fauvist paintings were often depicted with simplified and distorted forms, moving away from naturalistic representation towards more abstract and expressive interpretations. And the third, expressive brushwork. Fauvist painters employed energetic and gestural brushwork, giving their work a sense of dynamism and spontaneity. Brush strokes were sometimes left visible, adding to the overall texture and vitality of the painting.
Fauvism has also subjective expression. Fauvism emphasized the artist's interpretation of subject rather than an objective depiction of reality. This allowed for a greater focus on emotion, mood, and individual perception. And lastly, the use of non-naturalistic color. Fauvist artists often used color in unconventional and non-naturalistic ways, sometimes choosing hues that were unexpected or even discordant. This departure from traditional color schemes contributed to the movement's bold and expressive style. So here are one of the most notable Fauvist artists.
First is Henri Matisse, born on December 31, 1869, and was a major founder of the movement along with the André Derain. Attended academic career. The key to his success was by using exaggerated colors with simplified drawings. He amplified the sense of joy that had achieved through the color he used. He has an instinctive sensibility in his work.
We also have here Andre Derain. He was born on June 10, 1880 and was considered to be one of the founders of Fauvism. He also attended the academic career in Paris where he met Matisse. He was originally going to be an engineer, but he persuaded his parents to allow him to become a painter. He also uses bold colors in paintings. After 1906, his role was reduced on the forms and became restricted. After his military service on the World War One, he went back to classicism.
And here are the works of Henri Matisse. The first picture on the left side is the green stripe, which depiction of the artist's wife, Amélie, is one of Matisse's most favorite paintings and a masterpiece within 20th century portraiture. And the second one is the goldfish. For Matisse, the goldfish came to symbolize this tranquil state of mind. And the works of André Derain. The first picture is the turning road. His art rises from the necessity of the man, whole man to penetrate and recreate the mystery of life. And the second one is Portrait of Lucien Gilbert. depicting Gilbert, a childhood friend of the artist and later a collector of his work.
So here are the criticisms and reception of the movement Fauvism. What did the critics say during this movement? Art critics thought artists were intentionally joking about their art and being childish. Critics were horrified by its flatness, bright colors, and eclectic style and mixed technique. The contrast to traditional art was so striking, it led critic Louis Vaucels to describe the artist as less fouls or wild beasts, and thus the name was born.
And the influence of Fauvism in modern art. Fauvism had a significant influence in modern art, particularly in its liberation of color from its representationalism constraints. Artists like Henri Matisse, Andre Derain, and Maurice de Vlaminck explored the expressive potential of color, paving the way of subsequent movements such as Expressionism and Abstract Expressionism. In contemporary art, the influence of Fauvism can be seen in the work of artists who continue to experiment with colors and form of bold and unconventional ways. Some contemporary artists draw inspiration from Fauvism emphasis on emotional expression and subjective experience of reality, incorporating vibrant hues and expressive brushwork into their work.
So here are the basic points that we have to remember.
Fauvism flourished in France around the turn of 20th century. Fauvism of Fauve means wild beast. Characteristics of Fauvism are bold, vibrant colors, simplified forms, expressive brushwork, submissive expression, and non-naturalistic use of color. Henri Matisse and Andre Derain are considered as principal founders of Fauvism.
And lastly, let's know what is the importance of Fauvism in the history of art. Fauvism holds significant importance in the history of art for its revolutionary use of color, emphasis on freedom of expression, and lasting impact on modern art. Faust artists such as Henri Matisse and André Derain rejected traditional conventions, instead prioritizing the emotional and expressive qualities of color over realistic representation. This bold approach challenged established norms and paved the way for subsequent movements to explore the subjective aspects of art. Fauvism's legacy of innovation continues to resonate in contemporary art, inspiring artists to push boundaries and explore new possibilities in color and expression, making it a pivotal movement in the evolution of artistic practice. So that's it. That's what we have to give you. And if you want to know more about Fauvism, please feel free to visit the web page. Thank you for listening.